Hey guys, it's Mark Andrews. Hey, we just had a presentation by Andrew Lambert on how to use HUDL. Chad thought it'd be a good idea to put together a little video review of some of the things that Andrew talked about. So that's what I'm doing. This is going to be down and dirty. It won't be, slick at all. But I am going to show you what all these buttons and all the features within HUDL are. Now, I made a video last season about how to get into HUDL. How to navigate to these different areas of HUDL. If you don't feel comfortable getting into HUDL, you don't know how to, please take a look at that video. It is on my YouTube channel. It's right there I am. And it's called HUDL Training, How to View Game Film. I'm sure if you just go into YouTube and put in Mark Andrews and HUDL, this will come right up. Okay? So if you don't know how to get into HUDL, navigate to where I am right now, watch this one first, okay? Okay, let's go back to HUDL. All right, so let's start off with the buttons on the screen here. I'll start on the left side. These all control the action forward and back of the video that you happen to be watching. Now, I've got clip 111 highlighted, and you can see play 111 is right there. Okay, this button in the middle is a play button. You'll notice as soon as I click on it, it turns into a pause button. So just by clicking off and on, I play, pause. Okay. This button behind the play button is slow rewind. So if I want to get to a certain spot, and you'll notice you probably can hear me clicking my mouse button, that will take me frame by frame. Same's true for the slow forward. I can hold it down and go slow. It's about half speed. Or I can click, 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 frame by frame. These double arrows on the outside, those are fast rewind. Hold that down for a quick rewind, or fast forward. You can see it's going about double speed. Alright, so that's that. These arrows underneath, these control the clips that I'm going to see. So if I want to move on to the next clip, I hit the next one, and now I'm seeing the end zone angle. If I want to go back, then I click this arrow. I want to go to the previous play. I want to go to okay. So this is previous clip or angle and next clip or angle. And notice the hover text. If I hold my mouse over, or the little arrow there over that, you get this hover text, restart clip. It goes back to the beginning. This green bar sets where the video starts. So if you were going to be making video like I do, this is pretty helpful. But generally speaking, you want it at the beginning of the clip. So let's let this play. I'll show you one more feature on how to move stuff around. If I grab this thing, it's called a scrubber, I can move back and forth. I'm holding my left mouse button down right now, and I'm just dragging this back and forth. Alright. Let's go over to the right side of the screen over here, and this 4 arrows that are pointing all 4 different directions, that is, as you can see, full screen. If I hit that, I get a full screen of the video. If I hit it again, it goes back to this view. So it just toggles full screen and small player. The gear button, you don't probably want to mess with this one. This is your settings. This should be set up as you see it with HD quality, play all clips. You can, if there's sound on the clip and you want to hear it, you can turn the audio on. And again, that's a toggle. You just turn it off and on by clicking on it with your left mouse button. So let's get into the editing and annotation aspects of HUDL. So these 4 buttons down here in the middle of the screen basically are all the tools that allow you to put notes and draw lines and all that good stuff. So let's talk about lines. This is what's called the freehand drawing. That's the default. You probably don't want to use that. It's sort of like a teleprompter type of thing where you draw and you can just freehand draw on the screen. That button right next to it is undo, so if I don't like what I just did, I click undo. If you click on the freehand drawing icon, you'll have the choice of a block line, an arrow, or a straight line. And the way these things work, if I'm going to use an arrow, let's say I want to point at this player right here. I start above him, I hold the left mouse button down, and I draw down to him. And I can swing that thing. As long as I'm holding the left mouse button down, I can point this thing wherever I want to go, right? It's going to stay anchored. Once I let go, then that line is there. The only way to get rid of it is to either undo it, or I can delete the whole thing by clicking on this trash can right here. Okay, that will get rid of it as well. And notice when I create anything on the screen, I get this little squiggle. So if I just go forward a little bit and put another arrow here, I'm going to get two squiggles. All right, and we'll talk about the squiggles in a little bit. And I can go back and delete those just by hovering and clicking on the trash can. Now, the other thing that's really cool is the circle. It's called a spot shadow. So I click on that, and it just puts the circle in the middle of the screen. As soon as I put my cursor around that circle, I can move it. So you can see the four-way arrow there. I can do it. I can move it just by holding my left mouse button down and centering that over whatever it is I want to highlight. I can make the circle bigger or smaller by clicking on this black, two-way arrow. And again, the red X is just, if I don't want it, I can delete that. All right. So we're going to click on it, put our mouse inside the circle, and then move it. All right. And lastly, we have the text notes. So, that you can put anything you want in here. Block in back. Okay, hit enter. It resizes it, and I can move this as well. This is a little bit different because you have to put my mouse right over that little cross up there, and then I can move it all around. Okay. So I'm going to minimize. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about this part of the screen. This comment section right here, this column that says comments, it's editable. I can double click inside there and put in my comments. And this is great because so if you are working on this game film and then a week later you go back, you can't remember where that block in the back clip was, you just find it by looking at the comment. And also notice that over here we have that little little squiggle again, and that tells me that this clip has notations on it, right? So I'm going to show you now how to save a playlist. We've done this before, but so now I have two clips that have the little squiggles, so I'm probably going to want to share those with my crew. So I select them by clicking on that checkbox. Okay. And then once I've selected the plays that I want to save, say I want to save that one too, so I got 3 plays. I click on Save Playlist. I type in, say, Crew Review. Call it anything you want. And I click on Save Playlist. And there it is. And if I click on that, we only have those 3 plays. Okay. It is possible to place your playlists in another category besides the school that you just watched. You have to contact me to get me to create basically a folder for you. It could be the name of your crew. I'm happy to do that, but that's not something you can do yourself. I have to do it. So if you want a folder that's not the school name, if you want all your clips in the same folder, just send me an email. Say, Mark, create me a folder that says this, and I will do that. And then you can place those clips in that folder. So let's say I think that we already have one for my crew, which is Yoakum. So I'm going to save playlist, call it Foo, and I'm going to choose a different category. And I'm going to scroll down. This is the list of all the folders till I find Yoakum's crew. There it is. I'm going to select game footage, save the playlist, and now that same playlist is here under Yoakum's crew. So if you want something like that, just let me know. Alright, I think I covered it all. That's my third try at this. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or give me a call.